PR Connections Radio presents.
Hello, my name is Toy Moore, and I am your fabulous host with Talks with Toy. On my show, I will spotlight people who have had interesting careers. They will shed a light on how they chose their careers and what they've learned from it. I will also do segments from time to time on adult conversations where we will focus on sex and relationships. My purpose of my podcast is for people to learn, to have fun, to laugh, and experience the shoes of someone else, what they're wearing and how they got into that position of what they chose to do in their careers and their personal lives. I also have a new book coming out in February, and it's called Celebrity Life Behind the Scenes. And with this book, I'm featuring 50 celebrities that I have personally met. I've taken pictures with them. And so I'll just share a little background story on what it was like meeting those celebrities. How did they treat me? How did I feel? Anyway, the whole thing is I just want you to have fun, and I want you to enjoy yourself when you watch each segment of Talks with Toy. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please spread the word. Tell your friends, and I look forward to seeing you, and I look forward to hearing your comments. You have a great day. Thank you for watching. Bye. Hello. Welcome, everyone. Today, we have my oldest son, Kenon. He goes by KeMoe Moore, and he is a fantastic DJ, and he's going to share his world of how he became a DJ and what's expected to be a DJ if people out there are interested in becoming one, and just some of his ups and downs so that maybe people can learn through his good and bad experiences on how he became successful. So let's bring on KeMoe.
Hello. Hey, Mom.
Hello. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Talks with Toy. How you doing?
I'm good. Good. How you doing? How you been?
Good, good. Why don't you
Good.
tell us a little bit about you and what you're doing?
Yeah. I go by DJ KeMoe. I do a little bit of everything. You know, I'm a musician, DJ, photographer. I do a little bit of everything, man. But just love entertainment. I've been around it since I was a kid, and my father. You know, he's in the business. KeMoe. You know, Greg Moore, guitar player. He's played with everybody from Marvin Gaye to Earth, Wind and Fire, you name it, you know. So I've been blessed to be able to kind of, my upbringing from him, you know. So, but I kind of got into the DJing world. I've been DJing for about 16 years now. I play drums too, guitar, keys. I still play in bands, but mainly just focusing on just DJing right now. But yeah, just going with the journey. I'm loving it. It's definitely ups and downs, but you know, if you do love it, you know, you got to figure out how to love something to keep going, you know, consistently, you know.
So what got you in the field of DJing from the beginning?
Well, I'm a musical producer first, you know, so I'm a musician, so I've been producing music for a long time, and I kind of learned about like a couple DJs like Tiesto and Deadmau5 like back in like 2009, and I was just intrigued. You know, I was intrigued with Tiesto first because he was just always a legend, but when I learned about Deadmau5, like I saw he was DJing with like one turntable and having like 5,000 people jumping, and I'm like, how is he like doing this, you know, without like really mixing or anything, you know? And later on, you know, I started discovering like these guys are the ones creating their own music, you know, and you know, I produce for people too, but you know, at times it's like there's times where, you know, you just have songs that you don't know who to give them to. So I had a whole bunch of, I was like kind of already messing with house music already, you know, and then I just saw that DJing was a platform where I can actually perform my own music one day. Like this is a platform where I can perform my own music. So it wasn't really just to do what I'm doing right now. Like I'm playing a lot of top 40 stuff at casinos and
Mm-hmm.
cruise ships and weddings, and I do all kinds of different private events and stuff like that. But as far as my own production and performing that's why I got into DJing, because I saw like guys like Tiesto and Dead Mouse, like superstar DJs, like taking it to a whole nother level. So that was back in 2009 when I like really like was like, I want to pursue this, but
Mm-hmm.
really just to show my music, not really to just play top 40. I kind of learned how to do that kind of by accident. But I'm a musician first, so I play drums and you know in top 40 bands all the time, and that's like my foundation. In high school
Okay.
coming up, playing in rock bands,
Yeah.
and playing at church every Sunday. But yeah, just being able to try to figure out my own musical path. It's a journey in
Right.
itself, and it's
Right.
great. It's ups and downs. You got to believe in yourself. You got to like really believe in your dream. Nobody else is gonna believe for you. You got to believe it.
What
You know.
Well, what's some of the downfalls that you've experienced in your career as a DJ and musician as well? Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure. As far as like downfalls, like what do you mean? Um,
Like
like when I have like
something that just made you know that you had to change it to be better or to get a better crowd or something like maybe was it something that you had to go through to realize I can't do it this way, I have to do it that way.
oh, I don't know. Probably like in the early days, like hearing like maybe somebody say like, "Ah, this DJ sucked,"
Okay.
you know. Um, and it's great. They hear things like that. It's great to hear to take negative feedback and turn it into positive feedback. I mean, there's no positive
Hmm.
without a negative, and that's
Right,
a trick in
right.
itself. That's literally a trick in itself. If you can figure out how to not be down on yourself when you hear something negative and take
Hmm.
that and reverse it into something positive. So I just had to go back and practice even more, like really
Yeah,
like, these guys are not saying this on purpose. Like, let me like really like practice and
yeah,
really like get my skills together, where I try to be undeniable, on that stage, like you're feeling me, like I am the music. Like I'm not playing any games when I'm up there. Like I'm not just playing a song just to play it. Like I'm playing it because I really feel what I'm playing,
hmm,
and I'm really good at like reading crowds, and I love just the art of mixing for me. That's the thing, being able to connect all these songs in different genres, and you're talking about R&B, hip hop, country, house music. I'm mixing all this together, all
hmm,
in one set, and
hmm,
pleasing like all kinds of trying to please everybody. You can't please
hmm,
everybody, but
hmm.
um, it's awesome to be able to get that experience. Put yourself in. I put myself in a situation where I didn't know if I was going to get through the gig or not, but
Okay.
I you, I'm stepping into fear. You step into a fearful path. You got to face that fear, and I've done that so many times where like now it's like the things I used to fear is you don't even think about it anymore. It's part of you now. It makes you
Yeah.
stronger as a human being,
Right.
as an entertainer.
Right.
So,
Right.
but yeah,
Well, I
I
know being your mom, I know that you are a hustler, and whatever you put your mind to, you go to it and you make it happen, one way or another. So, what are the some of the things that you enjoy the most about DJing, and then what makes you different than say another DJ?
uh, I mean, besides
Like you said, that DJ, the two DJs you were talking about, they had certain skills and stuff that attracted your attention. So if someone who's a new DJ is looking at you as a mentor, what would be something that they would admire about your style?
Um, you just gotta I don't know. I freestyle my mixes, and I'm a musician too. So like my background comes from like church background, rock and roll background, funk background. Like
Hmm.
as a musician, like the foundation of me DJing for reals is being a musician. You know,
Hmm.
my
Hmm.
approach as how will I transition these songs into each other is how I would look at it as a musician. So
Okay.
when I'm DJing, like if you're just a DJ, it's a different you're gonna have a different perspective than I have. Um,
Hmm.
Maybe because the way I approach it as a musician, like I don't know, like I kind of have that spiritual connection now with DJing now because I've been doing it so long.
Hmm.
But as a musician, when you're playing the notes, you're actually playing the music, so it's a different kind of spiritual connection you're having with the band
Hmm.
and playing. And I really have that, I think, when I'm DJing too, when I'm transitioning, but your main question was like, what was your main question, as far as like, let's say it one more time.
Like say for instance, if you have a person who wants to be a DJ, what could they learn from you and what you do and how you deliver, your music to get your crowds and stuff going?
Just look at your crowd. Look who you're playing for. You gotta love what you're doing, of course,
Hmm. Hmm.
but you have to understand you are like, helping a business. Whoever you're playing for. If it's a private party, if it's a corporation, if it's a business, a restaurant.
Hmm.
You gotta cater to who's in that room. They're paying
Hmm.
they're paying their money to be out, or let alone like they got ready to go out. Like don't waste their time.
Hmm.
Love what you do. But even if it's a genre of music that you don't like, if the client likes it, like play it like you
Hmm.
love it, and
Right. Right.
uh, figure out how to to cater to everybody. Of course you gotta love it for you, but
Hmm.
you know you are giving people joy. That's why you're up there.
Yeah.
You're giving people like, a good feeling. That's the goal. I
Hmm.
love just giving people joy, honestly. Like besides like, oh yeah, DJing is like, it's like going out, running for me, or working out. Like I love DJing. Like it's something that
Hmm.
I just love expressing.
Okay.
And I don't know, like it's I don't know, I just love doing that. And I love that when people, they don't have to come up to me, but when people come up to me afterwards, like, hey, great set, or like, we haven't heard that song in a long time, or you made us feel good. Like that makes me
Hmm.
feel better than ever, honestly, because people don't have to come up to you and tell you
Yeah.
that you're good or
Yeah.
whatever. There's so many times where I'm like, man, I know I killed it, but nobody say anything to you.
Right.
So you gotta
Right.
just have
Right.
that. You gotta have, just believe in yourself at all times. You gotta be that crazy person in your brain to believe in yourself when nobody else does, because I mean, you have to be the one that shows them like, yo, like I deserve to be up on this stage, and I don't know, I just really care on that stage. I
Right.
really care about the songs I'm mixing. Um,
Okay.
I'm, it's just I love the experience of going up on that stage. I know what I'm gonna play, and just freestyling, and then like just figuring things out. There's thousands of songs that I can pick, so
Mm.
it's not, you know, I don't want to say it's
Just a
easy or
set
hard,
thing.
I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just
You're
go with the
going
flow
with your
with things.
crowd. Now,
Yeah.
say for instance, I know that you do like you're at the casinos, you're at different clubs, you're at different high school events, proms and dances and all that kind of stuff. And then you've also been on the cruise ship with with Carnival, where you've been working for them off and on for several months. So tell us the difference of a little bit of each venue or group of people that you play for and how you go about, making sure that you deliver what they need. Like, what's the difference between, like, say, the high school students versus at the casino, and then what kind of crowds do you work with when you're on the cruise ship, versus in the club? I know sometime you'll go to Vegas and you'll do clubs and pools and stuff at some of the major hotels up there. So what is some of the different feelings that you get or the what you go through to work with your crowd to make sure that you're tuning in to what that crowd is expecting or wanting from you?
Yeah, yeah, like I play at Pachanga a lot. That's they have like a round bar there, so it's a pretty chill spot. Like it's like a 5 hour set. You're just playing like top 40, mainly for adults. It could range from playing music 50s all the way to, well, not 50s all the way, but usually like 60s all the way to like now. Music of
Hmm.
all different genres. Rock, hip hop, R&B, top 40 pop. It's kind of just seeing who's in the crowd. At the same time, there's still people that are gambling too. So you're playing for people like them. I remember there was a set I did at Pachanga at the casino where it was like a video set I was doing. So I'm DJing, you could see like the screens and stuff like that, and I was doing like kind of like more like animated things, like scratching and like doing like a little bit more than I usually do. Like if I'm just doing like an audio set, I was doing like all this stuff at for a video set, and
Hmm.
I don't know. I it was like my early days, but it was like an older gentleman that I knew, a friend of mine. He used to come to my sets all the time, and he was like, "Hey man, like you're using like a whole bunch of effects and stuff, man. Like what are you doing?" And at the time I was like in my like, oh, I'm trying to be creative and all this kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And you got to realize like some people are just there just to hear music. They don't want to hear no creative. Like they don't want to hear no
Yeah.
flangers in the song. They just want to hear the song. They just want to
Yes.
dance to
Yes.
it. And
Yeah.
there's somebody at the casino that probably just lost $10,000 too, and he don't want to hear certain songs either.
Right. Right.
So I try to keep in mind like, hey, like there's certain people in certain moods. Like my approach of DJing is going to be different each room. It really depends on where I'm at.
Hmm.
At the same time, like have fun, but
Yeah.
you do have to like read your room. At a high school, you just got to be on game. Like the high
Yeah.
school kids don't play. Like they'll let you know if they don't like something.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
you play, if you play something that they don't like they'll let you know right away.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like you got to be like in tune. Like my sets when I first started, um, they probably wouldn't necessarily work for some of these high school uh, kids. Because the high school kids they do dance, but
Uh-huh.
let's see a lot of raging more so, like a lot of jumping and like mosh pitting and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I think that just all comes into like, I mean, when we're kids, like sometimes like the teachers would like stop us from dancing with girls a certain way so like now like that has evolutionized I think into kids like, okay, well if I can't dance up on my girl, I'm just gonna jump and rage so I think that has created a culture. Kids are gonna
Yeah.
have fun however they want, and when I started like really like you know I could play like a Notorious B.I.G. song, which is great for like, someone like my age that's in my 30s, but like a kid who's like 16, 17, like he's like, he may not appreciate that as much,
Yeah.
you got to play
Yeah.
something else,
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So what's like,
and
I know
then,
it took a while for you to get on with Carnival Cruise Lines. That's not an easy gig to get. So what do you like about that? I know you're gone usually months at a time. So what do you enjoy about working on the cruise ship? What's the advantages and disadvantages of being on a cruise ship?
oh, it's cool. It's fun. I mean, I've never been able to travel before, outside of Cali, let alone, I've always dreamed of going on tour, either playing drums, guitar, or somebody, with somebody or something, and this is kind of, my way of kind of touring, I get a chance to get on a boat and tour, around, the country, and it's a blessing. And I get a chance to meet different people with different cultures, Like I said, I'm from California, so these last ships I was on, I was in the South, so it's a different crowd. And it's really just going into different territories that I've never been into and just trying to learn, and bring that back to wherever I'm at, and just grow as a human. I'm at this like bad, trying try to be as conscious as I can, and
Yeah.
grateful, and and I'm super grateful any type of situation I get into.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah. So I know you're
Those
coming
crowds.
up. Can you still hear me? Where the signal's kind of iffy. I know that you're getting ready to go to Australia. Starting in April on the cruise ship.
Mhm.
So what's your thoughts about that? Are you excited about that? Oh, did we lose him?
Hey,
Hello. Okay, we had a little bit of technical difficulties there.
hey,
So
Oh, sorry.
I know that you are getting
yeah,
ready to go
okay,
to Australia in April. What are your thoughts about that? You excited?
yeah. No, I'm definitely excited. Like I said, I I never been able to really travel and you know do things like this. The fact that DJing has able me to go to Australia, I'm so
Yeah.
excited and blessed just to see where it takes me. I'm just humbled. I'm just going with the flow of life.
Hmm.
And but yeah, no, I'm definitely excited. I've been out there one time before,
Okay, right.
but
Now,
I've never been to Sydney. So
okay.
nah. So but yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm gonna bring my American self over there and do my thing and see what I can learn out there and bring it back to America. But
Now,
yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm gonna
what's
be
some
on.
yeah, and what's some information you can give to a person who wants to come up and be a DJ? What advice would you give them on getting started and going forward?
Uh, I mean, yeah, I started. I just got you know back in the day, there used to be a thing called CDs, right? So you would take your CDs and put them inside a CD player, and then there would be music on there. So I
Hmm.
used to take all my old CDs and um, I got all my favorite songs and put them in a folder, and that's literally where I started. I started just DJing all those songs. That's plenty of songs for you to start off with. Like, you know, at the time I was doing like 10, 16-hour days practicing, and it did not sound good. So it took a long time, but I would start from just getting all the songs. That's a good start. Get and then of course you got to get the equipment. You got to get some decent turntables or something. Controller, and then some type of speaker so you can hear. But I would start from the songs that you love already, and from there start doing music history. Start learning about like all the top for hip hop songs, all the top R&B songs, all the top whatever you need to do, like learn like what the top songs are, and then have them, and then from there, you tell a story how you want to when you mix those songs together, depending on
Yeah.
um, where you're at. But at the end of the day, you gotta just love first, like just love singing. Like my goal was not to DJ at any or like I honestly I didn't want to DJ hip hop and R&B or anything like that, specifically because I didn't want to just be caught up in that. Okay, I'm only doing 40. Like that wasn't my goal here. You know, my goal literally with DJing was play my own music, you know, one day
Yeah.
with this, you know, and then it became like, okay, well, I'm actually making people pretty happy with, you know, playing top 40. So
Right.
I stuck with
Right.
that, you know, and yeah, I love it. And at the same time, it's a blessing because you get a chance to like see how these songs actually make people feel, like these other songs, you
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
it makes me a better DJ than I ever would have been if I never got into the top 40 at all. So, nah, you got to learn your history, just all types of genres. But I would start with just getting a folder of a whole bunch of songs that you already love, have those songs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, look like we lost him again. So due to technical difficulties, we're going to go on and end this video. And if you guys need to reach out to him, he's DJ KeMoe on Instagram, and you can get in touch with him. That's actually how I keep up with him. I go to his Instagram page, DJ KeMoe, KeMoe, and I kind of see what he's doing because he's all over the place. I can't keep up with him from one minute to the next. So he's doing all kind of events, usually like San Diego, Temecula area, and Las Vegas. Those have been his main events besides him going on the Carnival Cruise Line in April. That's where he'll be going from April through July, playing in Australia. So I am hoping to be able to join him with the family discount. But I look forward to going out on one of the cruise ships eventually to go see him play. And I'm his biggest supporter. And I'm just really proud of him as a mom. He's worked so hard to get to where he is, and he's not given up. He still has a lot of goals that he's going forward with, and a lot of things that he just is excited to be a part of. And like he says, he does not take any of it for granted. And so I'm just proud of him, and I'm watching him just do things that none of us even had a clue that he would, reach the levels that he has reached, because it's business. It's a lot of people trying to do it, and sure, a lot of people that can be cutthroat, like in any business. And so he just tries to, maintain his professionalism and his skills and his talents and gifts that he has, and he makes it work. You got people that request for him to DJ all the time, but yeah, he does plenty of casinos and everything. So anyway, I'm a proud mom and happy that he could be a part of us. Again, if you need to reach him, it's DJ KeMoe on Instagram. And then you can also connect with PR Connections. And if we need to get more information to him, we can do it through there too. And also don't forget to subscribe to my Instagram. That's Toy Moore, ToiMoore. And you take care, and we look forward to seeing you on the next broadcast. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.